Hi, I'm Ian Stevenson and this is Introduction to Dadgad, lesson 4 I think. Lots of people when they first start out playing Dadgad, they play the basic 3-chord trick, and you can see that on my previous videos. That's kind of like an easy trick to play in D major. And but then they find after a while that they start using the same positions all the time and use a capo to change key, which is okay, but ideally it should be possible to play in other keys without the use of a capo. But often one of the complaints might be that those keys don't sound as resonant or as they don't ring out as true and as sweet sounding as the open D chords like here. So in this lesson I'll show you how to play in G without the use of a capo in Dadgad. And the trick is to try and emulate the open strings of playing in D by leaving some fingers on the whole time, which give a G and a D drone. So rather than Dadgad, we have these drones here. And it's those drones that give Dadgad its kind of like ringing, resonant tone. But if we want to play in G, often we have... The ringing strings aren't necessarily the ones that you want to be ringing out. So I tend to play in G using these two fingers as the basis of G major. First I put my third finger on the 5th fret of the 2nd string up, and then I put my 2nd finger on the 5th fret of the 4th string up. Now the bottom 4 strings, the 4 strings nearest the floor, they will resonate together. You get 2 Gs and 2 Ds, so it's a little bit like bagpipe drones or something. Then you can add your first finger to play the G bass note, also on the 5th fret, this time the 6th string. So you get a G5 because there's no third in that chord. It's a very direct chord and sounds quite ringy like a Dadgad normal D shape does. You'll notice though that I'm not using the A string at all, and the way that I'm blanking that is it's almost happening by accident, but it's accidentally on purpose. If you flatten this knuckle of your first finger, and you'll see that it automatically blanks the A string, so you can play the G chord and you can strum as nice as you want. You don't have to avoid the A string. So that's the G chord when we're playing in G major. If we want to play a D chord, chord 5 in D major, then I tend to play this slightly strange one. So what I'm doing there is I'm taking my 2nd finger away and I'm putting my 1st finger on the 4th fret of the 4th string up. So then I'm using my 2nd finger to dampen the A string and play a nice deep D note there. So that's like a D major chord, but it's also got a suspended 4th in there as well. So you might think that sounds a little bit strange, but in the context of G major it's actually okay. So I'll play first the G chord and then the D chord. So you got those G and D drones running the whole way through. Now, once we've gone to the D chord, it's really easy to move from there to a C chord. So what we do is we slide the whole chord down 2 frets. So what we've got now is 3rd finger, 3rd fret of the 2nd string, open 3rd string, and then 4th string we've got 1st finger on the 2nd fret. Finally we play a C bass note, 3rd fret of the 5th string. Now we don't want this D string to be ringing out in this chord, so what I tend to do is, again, I flatten the knuckle, this time of the 2nd finger, and I put the finger slightly higher up onto that string. So rather than here, I put it here and flatten the knuckle, and that means that will just catch the bottom string, so you can strum again without having to aim specifically away from the D string. So now I'll play you a sequence of G, D and then C. So that's Introduction to Dadgad Lesson 4. Thanks very much.